Hello everyone, Matt here, and today I have another update review for you, or for you guys. And with me today I have a guest. Guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, people. My name's Eric, and uh, my in-game name is Aizenx. Some of you probably already know me, playing for quite a while now.
Yeah, cool, cool. So we're gonna be doing a Sacred Claw run while we do this little update review. I think all you have left for the perp is the horn, right?
Yes, yes, I have
So
everything else but the horn.
yeah, so which means I get to take
Bit
all
of
the
a
other
pain,
stuff,
but
which is great. Okay. Anyway, so we'll talk about the update reviews from the 28th of April, and we'll also talk about the week after that, even though not really that much happened. So the first thing that happened on the 28th of April, or the first thing that's posted in the patch notes, is they returned the attendance event. Now, the big thing with this to notice is that it's actually the exact same attendance event that they had before. The rewards from it are pretty good. I think it's really nice that people can get the timed Perforus and the golden dragon belt and dragon earring and stuff like that. The one thing that I don't like about it though is that it's the same event instead of bringing in some new content. I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that?
yeah, I know it's the same thing. Basically the same type of rewards, which I'm not really feeling it for the same type of rewards. We just had last time. I'm digging the skill books. That's actually one really good thing. The timed also belt and earring are good.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
what else? Yeah, some of those things are good, but I think next up can do a little bit better and the rewards not having the same thing all the time. Something new, something fresh, be
Yeah,
a lot better.
definitely. Definitely. I agree. Just the only thing that bugs me about it, like you said, is that oh cool, Dragon Tongue, is that
Oh,
it would have
okay, it's
been
very cool.
it would have been nice for them to give us, you know, some new content there. But you know, out of all the attendance events we've had, this one actually is pretty nice, especially like you mentioned the skill book. So I am happy that that's there. Hopefully, I'll have more luck this time. Last time, all three of my skill book random boxes were movement skills, so I was like, oh well, that kind of
Oh,
sucks.
that's not good.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
hopefully I'll have more luck this time. Um,
yeah,
so
I think I only got like one book out of that. The
yeah,
rest of them were just
the movement skill books.
movement skills. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, the second thing we're going to talk about is they also brought back the Dark Stalker dungeon, and I believe this is either the third or the fourth time they've had it in game. For me, this is the third time that I've ever seen this event. I think it might have been in the game four times though. One time before I was playing. Um, but basically, it's pretty much the same thing as last time. Although I feel like the rewards aren't quite as generous this time. Because I remember last time, because one of the rewards you can get that's really good is the big pumpkin candy buffs, which, as I'm sure a lot of you know, it's a really good buff. Actually, here I think I have one in my inventory here. It's max HP 3000, 10% DDR, 10% critical resistance. I'll read the rest in a second. I want to do as much damage to this guy as I can, so we don't
Oh
have
yeah,
to do
yeah,
it more
yeah.
than once. Yeah,
Yeah, just spam your meisters. Spam
yeah,
them.
pretty much.
Wizards are really good for this one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, yeah,
Hold
that
on.
the Stalker dungeon. This would be maybe my second time
Okay.
at dungeon, but last time, oh god, oh yeah, last time, I didn't even get anything that great, but it was a lot better. It was the prizes dropped a lot better than
Yeah.
before. This
Well,
time, the dragon coins that are dropping, they're not as good. We're just getting like maybe one coin a day if you're lucky.
yeah, no, the coin drop rate's really bad, and the thing that I really remember from last time is that I actually got kind of a lot of those big pumpkin candy buffs, and I've already been doing it like every day so far, and I've only gotten one drop of the pumpkin candy buffs so far. And I remember last time I actually, okay, another dragon tongue. And I actually remember last time that I got like I want to say like 200 plus of the big candy buffs. So like I actually had
Oh,
quite a few of them. Which I kind of regret using up as fast as I did, but I did. So the other kind of good things you can get, well, the big thing about this is that it brought back a chance to get the Gold Dragon weapon exchange box, and I am really happy that they put that in there because I know a lot of players were asking for the Gold Dragon weapon box to be brought back. I mean, because everyone wants to get the best weapon in the game, obviously, so they want more opportunities, and they do actually have the permanent Blue Dragon wing box in there as well. And I remember last time it also dropped 30-day blue wing boxes, which it doesn't do this time. And I remember that it dropped those 30-day ones like quite frequently because I still have some from the last time it was here. Like I think I got like almost 20 of those boxes. So like I'm set on blue dragon wings for like a really long time. Although recently I've been using the red dragon wings. But it's nice that they have the permanent one in there because if you can get lucky and get it on like a lower level account or something, it's definitely good wings to have. Yeah, do you have anything else to add about the Dark Stalker dungeon or maybe Gold Dragon weapons?
Yeah, first on the dungeon, before you were able to actually go in there numerous times, like
Mm-hmm.
not as much as now, just a free one and then the two with the camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I believe you would need like a lot of those tickets dropping from, what was it, Dune Maze, I believe.
Right.
I do remember that, and now they just limit it to 3 times a day, which is a bit of a bummer. But
Yeah.
if you got the luck, then go for it. So
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. Just doing it, trying to get lucky. That's how a lot of these things are. I personally haven't had much luck yet with it, but I'll do a. I'm saving up all my drops from it, and I'm planning to do a little video kind of showing what I got. And he's healing again. I hate this guy.
yeah,
Um. But yeah, so Darkstalker Dungeon. Once again, my biggest issue with it is that, it's just we've already seen it. It's not new. This
yeah,
or the 28th was labeled. I like how we've gotten a dragon tongue from like every guy so far. It's ridiculous. Okay,
that's good. That's good.
yeah. But it's not new content. Like we really need new content, and it's just bringing back the same stuff. I have no issue with events being repeated, as long as we're also getting new content. Uh, like for example, we were talking earlier about how we both really like the horror honeymoon dungeon, and it's cool that it comes back in seasons. Like that's fantastic. But at the same time, you need new content. A game needs new content to go forward. So that's kind of my big thing about it. Yes, it's labeled new events, but is it really a new event? No, it's really not a new event. So I guess what we'll talk about next then is we'll talk about the D shop things that were put in. So the first one, let me look here, is the Adu Melfman's random box, and it looks like it has some decent stuff in it. But you've actually gotten some of those random boxes, so I'm gonna kind of let you give your opinion on that.
Hold on. Are you ready to
In
pull?
just a second. No, I'm still killing them.
Okay, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, this new box, the way they made this dungeon, um, where they just limit you to the 3 times
And
per
you can go
day.
ahead and pull.
Yeah, it kind of messes up because before, you for the Gold Dragon weapon box, you were easily able to obtain it through D Shop with those coins. They used to have them in D Shop, but now they just made it impossible. Other people, I guess it's just the luck, or I don't know how this Nexon made it work, but some people just spend like 5K Nexon cash and bam, they just get it like nothing. Me, I mean, to me, it's just like, at the casino or something, just trying your luck, and I spent quite a bit, and I wasn't too happy because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it. What's funny is the highest thing that I actually got was like 8% gem
Oh
box.
my gosh, that's
The highest
ridiculous.
in the list. That's the highest in the list, and it's kind of sucks. But
Oh man.
whoever got it, congrats. It's this game is a bit tough the way they made all this success rate and dropping something, But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just
uh,
I just people don't really like the random boxes. Like it's just I really wish like when if they were gonna like sell an item like that, you almost wish they would just sell it for like a flat rate. You know what I mean? Or at least I kind of feel that way. I mean, I'm personally like, I don't like to spend too much money on the game, but I do spend a little bit, and to me, it's like, I do want to support the game that I enjoy, but at the same time, I just feel like these random boxes are just like they're literally just designed to milk people for their money, and I think that kind of
Oh yeah.
mentality is just wrong. Like I really don't like that kind of mentality. So it'd be nice if they could maybe think about that a little more in the future, but you know, who knows?
Yeah, I've
Um,
actually posted that on the forums. That I mean,
hmm
you guys trying to just like get our money or something? I mean,
Yeah,
if you are, I mean, like make us happy at least.
yeah, right.
Give us what we want. Give us some
Yeah,
new stuff.
yeah. Like, come on. Yeah,
Repeated events is just not satisfy us. I mean,
yeah. No, we definitely
maybe
really
some new
need. Yeah,
yeah,
we need
I would-
something new.
some new rings. I mean, we're stuck with two master rings
hmm
that are really good, but I mean, it's not the best thing.
It'd be cool to have different options for different classes. Make something that's better for another class or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep going. They also added, and we'll talk about these together, the rune random box and the new ossuary of the blacksmith. Um, I think I mean the rune random boxes I'm actually fine with because I'm fine with people paying a little bit of money and being able to level up faster. Like I have no issue with that. And the runes kind of allow them to do that. I think you mentioned that the like chance of actually getting a like 30-day rune though is pretty low, so that's too bad. But uh,
Yeah. I mean, I probably put in like 10K on that, and I got a bunch of 1 days.
yeah, so it'd be
So
nice if the rates were a little bit better. Once again,
I just got a few and just waited and used the rest up. See
mm-hmm.
if I can get another 30. I mean, a 30-day one, but I didn't. I mean, I actually have two right now, but they weren't from the random box.
Right.
Hopefully, these random boxes don't stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
We could get the summer room package, which I don't know if you ever got those before. The summer
Was
room package.
was that with the
I
watermelon runes?
yes, and the hot time ruin.
Right, right. Yeah,
Those were a lot better because those were at least 7 days, and
yeah, yeah.
they
More
cost a good
value.
amount,
Yeah.
but I mean it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that one. And then the other thing is those ossuary of the blacksmith things. I just think it's so weird that they add in more expensive ones that just give you like a few R gates. I feel like it's just I feel like it's not really worth the extra NX on there just to get like, like a silver and copper R gate or something, you know what I mean? Like
And you can just
I feel like it's
leave a
better to
fisher overnight.
yeah, I feel like it's just better to buy the cheaper ones, like the normal one that just comes with the talisman. So I feel like it's so silly for them to even add in that in the D shop. I just think it's I don't know. To me, it feels extremely pointless. But yeah, just in general, I mean the events are okay, but just I really think we need some new events, and we just keep every week it's just like the same repeat events. I see people complaining on the forums a lot about how it's just like copy and paste, and like I completely agree with that. I feel like it's just copy and paste. It's just the same events over and over again. And actually, before we touch on that a little more, just the last thing I wanted to mention was last week's update. I can't remember the exact date, but it was last week's update. There wasn't even really a patch notes, but what they did do is they fixed a bug with a skill book. I'm really not sure what that was because they didn't clarify what exactly the bug was, which they never do, which is unfortunate. Um, but
Yeah, actually, I don't even know which
yeah,
that is.
I have no idea what that bug was. It'd be nice if they told us what it was, but they didn't. But the big thing they did fix was the talismans from the what's this thing called? Supply machine were not working, like they were bugged. So they finally fixed that, and then after a little bit of asking on the forums, they made a post on the main page about how you can exchange it in game with one of the GMs to exchange it to something that works. So that's really good, and I really like that they posted it on the main page. I feel like a lot of the bugs that happen, like a player has like a bugged item, and then they have no idea what to do with it because they don't tell you anything. Like maybe they'll announce it in game once or make an obscure forum post, but not everyone goes on the forums. So I think it's really important for them to put that kind of stuff on the main page. So I was really happy to see that. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that.
Yeah, actually, GM Gizmo was actually coming in on in game and actually trading those up, and you can actually mail it to him also, and he'll
Yep. So
give you a working one.
yeah, I think it's fantastic that he was really on top of that. He's usually pretty good about communicating. I did a Q&A thing with him in the past, and I've talked to him about updates in the past too. Like honestly, in terms of the entire Dekaron team or Nexon team involved in Dekaron Global, he's like the one I hear from the most. So I do really appreciate that from him. I still think that we need better communication in terms of what's going on in the game, though. I just feel like players get left in the dark way too long in terms of oh, my mouse is freaking out here. In terms of finding out what's going to happen. A lot of other games do something where they'll kind of tell you what's coming up in the future, so that you're not just left there sitting there bored, which I think a lot of players are right now. Um, yeah, I don't know. My
Yeah,
my
it's just like the random boxes. You never know what
mhm.
you're gonna get.
Yeah. Just I don't know. My
They
biggest
don't tell
thing,
you.
yeah. They don't tell us anything, and my biggest thing is I really just wish that they would give us some better communication in terms of what's going to be coming in the future. Like that's my biggest thing. Is I just kind of I kind of want to know what's going to happen, so you're not just sitting there bored with nothing to do, or you know instead of just getting the same event over and over again. And honestly, I checked, and I mentioned this in another video too. We haven't actually had like a new new piece of content since like November or something like that. Like it's all just been repeat events, and it's like repeat events are fine, but at the same time, you need new content too for a game to keep going. So I don't know. I really hope we get some new content soon.
Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. It'll probably bring back a lot of old players and stuff. 'Cause we've been losing a lot of people. Well, I think we have. It's been empty
hmm
a few times. It's just
Well, people are just bored.
pretty
That's the
good. Yeah,
problem. They're
that's true.
they're just bored. It's like, where's the
Or
new
they're just
content?
AFK. They're
Yeah, yeah,
mostly AFK most,
yeah.
throughout
I
the
I
whole
have so
day.
many friends that are just AFKing or not even playing just because like there's no new content. It's like, okay, yeah, you're bringing back an attendance event. It's like, oh, cool, a reason to log in, but then you just log off right away. Like, it's like just I just hope we get some new content soon. I really do, and I think it would be really good for the game to get some new content.
Yeah, they actually posted a video on the forums about maybe, possibly a few, a new dungeon or a new map.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be pretty good, but we never know.
Yeah.
Korea has way different things than us. I mean, they're probably like in the Action 19 already, Action
Yeah.
20. I mean, yeah, they have Action 19 now.
Yeah.
They have way more stuff already than us.
Yeah. They
But
they
they're
really
also
do.
missing stuff from us too. I mean,
That's true.
we're
That's
not
true.
always going to get the same thing from them. And
Mm-hmm.
also with Dekaron China, which is completely people people look at videos that people post in YouTube and they get their hopes up, and sometimes you never get anything.
Yeah, I think it's important to realize that just because it's how the game is in Dekaron China or, Dekaron somewhere else, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how the game is going to be here. I mean, who knows what we're going to get? We don't really know.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, I think we could pretty much wrap it up here. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add.
Um, I'm trying to think of what we could add. We, Not really, but I mean, we can talk about things like how they change drop rates sometimes, like for the horror dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
When the horror dungeon first came out, the drop rate was awesome. We were probably getting it too fast, but it was a good drop rate.
Right.
We didn't get it in one day probably. We got it in 2 days, 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But now people that weren't on or as active before,
Right.
and they're trying it out now in the horror dungeon, trying to get like a spell dragon.
Right.
It takes like months.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I
More of
really
it.
do
Then
feel like the drop rates aren't consistent sometimes. Like they'll bring back an event and the drop rates will be like completely different. I don't really understand that.
I don't know why they change it all the time.
And
Some
part of that is that they're not open with their players, like they don't tell us anything about how the game works at all. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, okay, here's an
yeah.
event, we're not going to tell you how it's supposed to work at all, because then I guess it gives them freedom to kind of change it if they want, which is without even telling us, which I think is kind of messed up. And part of that is just that it's just that they don't tell us anything. Like if they were just more open with us, that would be fantastic, but they're just not. um, Anyway, I don't want this to drag on too long. Do you have any last things you want to talk about before we go?
No, I think that's it. Unless
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Um, and I'll put a little disclaimer too. I'm always looking for people to join me in a review or come back for another review. So you're always welcome to join me again. And
yep,
I told Chols too that he's welcome to come back as well. I think it's always good to have another person talking about this because you get more opinions. I mean, you've been playing this game longer than me. Like I actually, in terms of like actively playing, have only been playing for maybe 2.5 years. I tried the game like a long time ago, and it was called Two Moons, but I didn't like actively get into it until maybe 2.5 years ago. And there's a
oh,
lot of
I remember
people.
those days.
Yeah,
I remember I actually started in 2007,
yeah,
but I mean I stopped because school. I
uh
was in
huh,
high school, so
yeah. But yeah, so
just start.
yeah, yeah,
I
just
had to stop for a
oh,
good bit, but I came back into it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot has changed.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I'm always happy to have someone join me because I think it just gives a better opinion of kind of what's going on. This week was a little bit boring to talk about because once again, nothing new. But either way, thank you for joining me. And people who are watching, if you enjoy the content, you can always subscribe for more. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care.